and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good...
Whoa. I missed that. It was a very good plan. It had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you.
You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace. Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
Yeah, why?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world.
Oh, that camera that was there.
Simply
That's
look
right.
into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters.
That's why he was there.
Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please.
Okay, now that all makes sense.
0.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse.
Confess your sins before science, boy.
My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan.
But we found it first.
Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation.
He was
I
defenseless.
suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yeah, clearly.
Yes, so it would seem.
Manipulated and fucking played like a puppet on strings. Dance, little puppets, dance!
I was little
Dance
more
for my
than puppets
amusement.
in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. I did everything he wanted me to do.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Exactly.
All of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Oh, dude, that is the most guilt-ridden, denial I've heard.
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero. And Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki.
Let me guess, you're not actually Zero.
I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing. No, I guess there's two things you got wrong.
He's not Zero.
Number one, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary.
I know who Zero is.
But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Do you really want to know, Junpei?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say two things?
The writing is on the wall.
You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game.
And what is
To
that?
save someone.
To sit. Excuse me?
Save someone?
Save who?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
Ah.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop.
What?
Seven! What the hell is going on?
I don't know. I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the nonary project?
No!
I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time.
Morphogenetic fucking bullcrap!
It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For two organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact.
Oh!
The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were two separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic.
Oh.
The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Yeah, I do.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't.
Yeah.
How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Because I lived through all of this. He knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. Wait, what? It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures, then? Imagine a river that splits in two, like an upside-down Y. The river flows from the top to the bottom, from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction, it can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's why people at the river's source in the past will never know about those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Crap just got real. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river, even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. Now, that's not true. I'm not really zero. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than zero. Zero is my future. In 9 years, I will be zero. June. Where did she go? June. No. Akane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Why is Clover... Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Oh! What? Wait. Oh, okay. I guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Well, that's GG. GG no re. Ace. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take that gun off him for a minute, is he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he looks just drained. He's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus.
Well, ho, 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 you fucking dingus!
It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
Oh, God. Really? That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. Oh, lovely. They left. Great. Great. Wonderful. The rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least Seven's headache's gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Great.
Damn.
Nope.
Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
It's locked. Lovely.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem. What the hell is Santa trying to do?
For a project this big and important, you'd think they would at least make sure the people were in the right places. You think.
Gosh.
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, you can't be serious.
Triple lovely. Oh, goody, goody gumdrops. We're gonna roast. There's the red. I've just gotta know it's not gonna work. There's no way. The 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that'll work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
If you read this, who do you think killed you during the submarine and the knife ending? Well, I mean, I said I was in hell, but damn, we're about to be in hell. I mean, during the knife ending, I was convinced it was June that murdered me. Because it was the only thing that made sense with the numbers. At least as far as I could tell. The submarine ending? I don't know. I'm thinking it was probably June again. But why? She's writing equations, a lot of them. Oh, man, she doesn't look very happy. Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Options. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7. Which means... we have to leave Lotus behind.
And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she figured it out, though. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
Oh,
God
give me
damn
that.
it, you idiot!
Where the hell did that come from? It looks like she expected that about as much as I did.
Without, if you're not... Look, it'd be bad, all right?
For a cop, he sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Ecology, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, all right? End of story.
Yeah, didn't 18 not work last time? Well.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want, Lotus. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Right, because the digital root of 9 isn't actually what we need.
I trust you remember what happened to Ace?
Yeah.
I couldn't see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is.
It's not
what
like I like
said.
you all, baka. Nope.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital root was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
So they changed it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
If we can't get through the door, we can't get out. The walls are way too high. There's no way in hell we could get to that whole 7 popped out of 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at this door with a 9 on it. This is it. This is the end. There's no way this is the... Akane Vision? What fucking low-budget crap is this? I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums, I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Through the morphic field set we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. Yep, that it did. That was when my resonance with him began. My resonant event melted into him and we became one, inside of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind, 9 years in the future. 9 years in the future? This is Akane from the past. I was living in 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you could think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually, it becomes difficult to separate them and determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
That was my brother Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age. Isn't it great that the young Akane got to hear that getting wet conversation? Probably the most dramatic part. Oh no! I didn't even think about that!
Come on, hurry up!
Two of the boys got in a fist fight. Oh, lovely. I want to go home, she cried. I want to go home. Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It has been 2 hours since the Nonary game began. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello, everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
Clover? Wait, is her name actually Clover? Or is this... Wait, that seems like a plot hole right there. Hello, it's me, Light Yagami. That seems like a plot hole. Her name isn't actually Clover, is it? Yeah, that's her actual name? Oh my god, really? As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult.
I bet.
But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love,
And we have to have
have
faith.
faith in one another.
Trust, love, and hope.
If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're
Kind of ironic that the guy called Light can only see darkness. Well, it is ironic. So I'm guessing... So, the Light's actually... Oh, Light's actually his name, too. Oh, interesting. You know what? That is a fair point. They're kids. They're not going to use pseudonyms. They're not going to think that far ahead.
Now, don't ever forget, so long as you have that, we will always be connected. Do you understand?
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. Split into 2 groups, walked through the doors. Justin the MLG! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. MLG Pro status right there. Yes, one of the kids is actually should be one Lotus's kids. That's right. Her daughter. Shit, that's right. She said her daughter was here. That's how she has a relation. I think it's the girl in the green with the pigtail, or the ponytail, I should say. Nona.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors.
We began to panic. Then, as if things had not gotten bad enough already. Hey, here we go. Now, my question is, couldn't they just, walk through the door, go use the dead on the other side, and then the other 4 go through?
Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat, emergency...
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
A plaque on the door says incinerator.
The novel mode was Akane narrating us? Ooh, I don't know.
And that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Despair? What? Where? Monokuma? Is that you? Yep, and there's 7. Huge frightening mountain of a man. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids. I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who had stayed behind were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent, away from the incinerator, and slid down into the hall. Came out on the other side of the door. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. Behind me were Nona, my brother Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who had gone through door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running, but they said that she disappeared. I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they caught up. That was when I realized...
No, where is it? Did I drop Jumpy's present?
Oh no. I knew I'd had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? I had to go back. I had to. No! This is why? I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. I hit the shadows, and moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me, up the staircase. Oh, okay. Thanks, Bandit. For the cheer. She couldn't leave Jumpy's fun you rip behind. No! It's always something childish. I went as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally, I reached the bottom deck. I ran into the hallway and looked around frantically.
There it is!
What was it? I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs in freedom... Uh-oh! Hi, Ace! The innocence of a girl is her own downfall. It was Hongo. Gentoro Hongo. 9 years later, we would call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. It looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly, I began to walk backwards. 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity to his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo to let go of me. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Edgy Ace.
Akane!
We all want to give Ace a clocking after this. Let's start a queue behind Gamer. I get first dibs on the clocking.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt toward Hongo.
You came back!
But then,
You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother, his fists clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, heartless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. God damn it. Two asterisks appeared on the red. Checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly onto the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as though I were nothing more than a rock by the roadside.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door.
Help me!
A worried, frightened voice. Voice like a lonely.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in
Oh shit! Junpei vision! We're back to Junpei!
18 minutes.
Ah, fuck me!
Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck! Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years.
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years.
Hey, whoa. It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiment. You guys aren't making sense. Oh yeah, she has no clue what's going on, does she?
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
you know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn. What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Lovely!
Well,
That feeling when you're out of the loop.
God damn it. Okay, fine. I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing.
Yeah, 7, go! Do things!
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Yeah, why would she be? Can't really blame her. Wait. The floor, it's moving. The floor... Excuse me? What is this? What else can I say about it but...
What the hell is that?
Oh, what? Akane.
What is that?
What else could I say? The floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. So now we're 9 years ago. It looked like a computer. At least it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, some cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. It's the poor man's version of R2-D2. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally, I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. Aw, damn. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. Now it's Junpei. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kind of drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, all right? Everything's gonna be okay. Man, I wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration 15.
We got 15 minutes. What the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey!
Oh, Lotus, right. You're the computer person.
Okay, it's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Oh. Oh, no. Well, we're dead. What's in the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers range from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle, the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
All right, puzzle, how do you work? Oh, man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Oh, no! This puzzle was originally Sudoku. It was upside down on the DS, which symbolized that Junpei was giving the answers to Akane, rather than the other way around, which is what had been happening. Hey, fair enough. It feels like it's gonna pop. Not even my math is good enough for this. You're on your own, dude. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. Yeah, because Akane's looking at this at the same time right now, 9 years ago. Even Mintum's confused. We're really boned now. If the math teacher can't figure it out, what luck do I have? My connection to Jumpy had been gone for a while. His mind was gone. I couldn't get any more information from him. I felt the seconds tick by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. Pressed against the window in the entry door was a face, a frightening, evil face. That fucking face!
Ah, don't know what to do. It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you.
Oh, please tell me. Please tell me.
Solve the puzzle on that machine.
That doesn't help me. Oh, God damn it.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh, my. How could
Jesus.
you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty. You see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
Gentaro Ace Hongo, the gentleman douchebag.
What's the point of stopping it?
Don't worry, why? Because
You
I'm
wanna
here.
capture
Well,
me
I
and
mean,
make
I know
me
what
do
you
this
mean.
all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
Then I remembered. Yeah, he inputted 2 numbers. What numbers were they?
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
Look down my left hand. Face of my bracelet showed a 5. A 5! 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. Yep, he turned it off. The puzzle's the only way to turn this thing back
You
on.
really aren't one for listening, are you? I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate.
Are we sure Ace used a 1 and a 3?
In other words, if you haven't solved the
I don't know.
puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. So,
I can't! I don't know how!
of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine
boy.
It will be very painful.
That is the eye of evil. The eye of Sauron. God damn it, his horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
Lovely! Patrick Travis, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Do it DBZ style, just yell at it very hard. I was crying, great gulping sobs broken by hiccups that shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't. I just can't. There's no way. I can't figure this out.
Ah! Neo Bullseye, thank you for the resub. So can we just say that Ace is a dick and deserves to burn in hell? Yes! Yes, he does! And yes, he is! What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. Oh boy. All I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating and my blood was boiling in my veins. It was hot. So hot. I couldn't breathe. I felt dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. Stay strong, Akane. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hand around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Jumpy had given me. At least I had that. I held it tight with both hands and prayed.
Help me, Jumpy.
Help me jump. Wait a minute. Junpei's a transmitter. Is it? Wait, no. Is it? The transmitters are supposed to be in... No, I'm a receiver. Junpei's whole purpose for being there is to save Akane in the past. Oh my god! Doi! That just dawned on me.
No,